Hey guys, welcome to Staying Salty. If you haven't been here before, my name is Miranda, and this week we're going to be talking about IVs. And which one do we prefer? Do we prefer ports or PICC lines? Which ones do we have experience with? And what are the pros and cons we found from both of them?
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
So me personally, I don't have a port and I've never had a port, so I can't speak from personal experience on having one, but I can speak on personal experience as to why I've chosen to not have one. So I guess I'll just start with my history with IVs in general. I didn't get a PICC line until I was 17. But I was in the hospital at least 2 to 4 times a year my entire life before that point, and I got peripherals. And my stubborn butt could make a peripheral last at least 21 days and have pretty much no problems with it. I mean, towards the end of my peripheral life, veins would blow and they'd burn, and I'd have the literal, chemical burns on my skin from the medication, and it would get really painful. So it got to the point where I couldn't make my arms last anymore and we had to move to the PICC lines. But the reason that I put off doing PICCs and ports and all of that for so long is from the moment I was born and got an IV in my arm, the second it was in my arm would be dead. It would be in my arm. I couldn't move it. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. And it's just this weird mental blockage that I've always had since I was a baby. So it's something that I'm still working on. With PICCs, it's a little bit easier and I can move a little bit more because it's just different. But I am still a little wary on a port because of that. And I'm kind of scared of how my body will react to it. The physical aspect when I was younger did bother me a little bit more, but it doesn't now. But I'm still worried about how my mental state will accept that in my body when the day comes that I do need one. I know I will one day, but I'm working up to that point. With the visualization of it, there was a couple of years ago where I thought I was going to have to get one. And so what I did to try to make the aesthetical issues work a little better for me to get used to it, I would get different sized bottle caps and I would tape them on different places on my chest so I could figure out how I could wear clothes and how it would look under the clothes, just to kind of give myself a little bit of an idea of how it would look, because for a teenage girl that kind of is a big thing on our list. The aestheticalness of it is something that I don't really care about now, but that is something that I was worried about then about it, on top of the, my body might shut down terror. But with PICC lines, I've gotten, I think, 5 since my first one, and they've changed my life. I can move my arms a little better. I don't have to worry about getting stabbed every 5 minutes if something does blow or if they need blood work, because they can all just pull it from the same line. I've only gotten one of those done while I was conscious, because I would get them placed in while I was having other surgeries. But it honestly went pretty smooth. It did take twice to get it in, but once it was in, it was fine. I handled it so much better than I thought I would. And yeah, the only problem that I have with PICC lines is the dressing changes are brutal for me. I have this weird reaction between the tape and the I guess iodine, whatever they use to clean it. It irritates my skin and eats holes, and it's a problem, but I know it's the same with ports. It's just something that you kind of got to deal with whenever you do have to get IV antibiotics, but it's important to get those medicines in you so you can get better. So whenever it comes to deciding which one is best for you, you truly just have to listen to yourself. But it's important to talk with your family and your healthcare team as to what in the realistic world is best for you. I was really lucky to have a mom that did take my opinion into consideration and wouldn't let the doctors do what I wasn't comfortable with. But not all kids are that lucky. And so you kind of just have to go with the flow and just do the best that you can. Get informed, but don't get too informed where you're too scared. You just, at the end of the day, you have to listen to yourself. And you know what you're able to handle. And sometimes you have to be pushed a little bit. I was kind of pushed into my next step into getting the PICC lines. But, you know, it worked out good for me, and one day when I have to get a port, I know it'll work out good then. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this. I'm going to leave my accounts as well as the channels in the description down below. Leave in the comments whether or not you like ports or PICC lines and what are the pros and cons that you found with them. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we put up a new video. And I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys are all doing well. Bye.